down a little bit? Let's put it in your face. There we go.
Thank you very much for coming out for this particular event, and some of you probably will come out, if you will, for this event. I know when I was a student, when I was 20, 21, 22 years old, on a nice spring day, it would probably have been very hard for me to either attend this or to have organized it. So, as somebody who's organized a lot of events around the country, I can appreciate the difficulty of such. NORML started in 1970. So for the better part of 39 years, we've been working to reform marijuana laws. There's no doubt that if you were a member of NORML Colorado in 1975, you would have never imagined what was going to happen in the ensuing 20 years. Mandatory minimum sentencing, forfeiture laws, the removal of student loans for using marijuana. None of it could have been foreseen. And Colorado has always been at the vanguard of marijuana law reform. It was one of the states in the 1970s that decriminalized marijuana. Many of its political leaders have been very outspoken from both sides of the aisle, be them Republican or Democrat. I'm from New England. I'm rather parochial about my political views, but I see Colorado as one of the great American states regarding this particular topic. California, it's over. You can buy medical marijuana 24/7 in vending machines in California. It is simply pro forma that the laws catch up with the economics and sociology of what's been going on in California for the better part of 30 years. Here, in Colorado, while the laws for medical marijuana passed about 10 years ago, it's only now really become above ground. And I think is the next great test for the American public about its acceptance for marijuana. California, the Seattle area, the Portland area, already largely supports these reforms. The East Coast, where I'm from, hardly at all. I describe almost all those laws as simply self-preservation laws. There are 140 NORML chapters in the United States. There are 575 lawyers on the legal committee. The state is extremely well represented in both regards. How many of you are from Colorado? You're blessed. How many of you chose to come to Colorado? You were really smart. I mean, I don't say that lightly. Matter of fact, I never say that in Iowa, or Oklahoma, or Georgia. So I want to thank everybody for being involved, for caring. That's crucial. One of the reasons why marijuana prohibition has lasted for 70 years is because people aren't willing to stand up and to be counted. And that is what's been going on in spades for the better part of 10 years, mainly through the medical marijuana movement. We've seen a 20% increase in the last 10 years in favor of legalization, from 20% to around 42%. 75% of Americans already support medical access. 73% support decriminalization. So we have a lot of work between 42% and 75%. So it's not clear that we're going to see the kind of changes most of us, I think, using a psychological term, projected onto Obama and company. But believe me, whether it's him and his staff, Mr. Holder, Barney Frank, Ron Paul, John Conyers, dozens of people that are now in power and can affect these changes have all basically told us, cool your jets. We've got 2 wars, the worst economy in 70 years, and we know that you guys are at the front of reform, whether it's from medical or decrim. So we have to have a certain amount of patience. After 38 years, I think it's regrettable I have to look, particularly those of us who have gray hair or no hair, to realize we still need some forbearance here regarding patience. But those states' laws keep changing, and they put the pressure on the federal government. Changes never come from the top down. They never come from Washington. They bubble up as they should from the states. 115 million Americans live in states that have decriminalized marijuana. 75 million Americans live in states that have medical marijuana laws. So today's forum is to help put some meat on the bone, if you will, for what is tomorrow's unbelievable organic event. Yes, High Times Magazine is the sui genesis of 420. You could not have 420 in the United States without the prominence of High Times Magazine. However, it is now completely organic and gone way beyond High Times or NORML. And I'll talk a little bit more today about the significance of 420 and just let you know that tomorrow, the first national ad campaign ever begins on TV in favor of marijuana law.
Well, I think he pretty much summed it up perfectly. Today we just want you to be educated, to be informed, to ask questions. We want you to leave empowered. We want you to leave educated. And we want you to leave to know how you can act as an active citizen in this society. And you know how marijuana is related in this society, and the current circumstances, and the laws, and the state laws, and medical marijuana, and just, I hope all of you enjoy this beautiful day of diverse panels. I can't wait to hear what these people have to say. We have people from hemp, distribution companies, to the author of Pop Culture. I'm extremely excited. Thanks again for coming. And if you have any questions, please contact anyone with a red strip on the bottom of their name tag. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next panel.